Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Gadigal people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Wednesday, June 28. In Squiz Kids Today, the fight against fake news, Belgium's shot-putting hurdler, Aussie women's Ashes victory, and pets flying first class. That's what's making news, kids style.
The lowdown.
Oh, hello, it's Squizzy the Newshound. What are you doing here in the lowdown? What? Really? The Australian government is stepping up in the fight against fake news? Why, that's excellent news. The Federal Communications Minister, Michelle Rowland, has announced that social media platforms could be hit with millions of dollars worth of fines if they repeatedly fail to take action against misinformation. That means if new laws are passed here in Australia, Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, for example, could be fined millions of dollars if they continually allow misinformation or fake news to flourish on their platforms. So, why is this a thing? Because, as any of you who have started our Newshounds media literacy program will already know, there is unfortunately a lot of information out there on the internet that is simply not true. It's why Squizzy reminds us every week to stop, think, and check before believing everything we see, read, or hear on the internet. If the law passes and the fines are imposed, Australia will join countries in the European Union as being amongst the most advanced when it comes to fighting fake news. And that is something to be really proud of. Meanwhile, if you want your class to join the 1,300 other classrooms around Australia currently listening to our free 8-part media literacy podcast series, Newshounds, then hop on over to our website, squizkids.com.au, and get involved. Yeah, you said it, Squizzy.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in Poland, where a shot putter has competed in a hurdles race. When her home country, Belgium, was going to be disqualified for not fielding a competitor in the 100-metre hurdles at the European Athletic Championships this week, shot put and hammer throwing champ Jolien Bumko stepped up to the starting line. Never mind that she was twice the size of the other competitors, or that she hadn't spent her professional sporting life practicing the hurdles. Jolien was determined to stand in for two of her hurdling teammates who had been forced out of the event due to injury. As the video that I've linked to in today's episode notes shows, Jolien approached every hurdle with caution and carefully hopped over each one. And though she finished last, 19 seconds behind the winner of the race, she achieved something just as important as the winner. Namely, proving that sometimes just taking part in a sport is something to be proud of. Jolien, Squiz Kids salute you.
Animal Kingdom.
Dogs travelling first class on aeroplanes? Cats getting comfy in full-sized reclining seats designed for humans on private jets? That's what's happening in the skies above your head as more and more pets are travelling in the cabins of private jet charters. For a measly $40,000, your pet can have its own seat on a private plane from Melbourne to London. And on a recent pet flight, there were 19 humans, 1 cat, and 23 dogs cooped up in a plane cabin for almost 24 hours. That poor cat. According to the company that offers these pet flying services, all the animals got along really well, even using the toilet area that had been set up at the back of the plane. Ew. Normally, when pets fly between countries, they do it in crates in the cargo hold of the aeroplane. Now, though, if you've got the cash, you're able to put your pet next to you when you fly. Window or aisle seat, chicken or fish, or dog bone.
Kids salutes.
And it's a special Squiz Kids salute this morning to the Australian women's cricket team, who smashed England in the Women's Ashes Test match in England yesterday morning. In front of a record crowd for a women's test match in England, the Aussie bowler Ash Gardner was unstoppable, claiming 8 wickets for 66 runs in the 4th innings to wrap up the Sole Ashes Test. Want more stats to underscore how awesome this team is? Gardner's 12 wickets across all innings is the best of all time by an Australian woman. Take a bow, Ash Gardner. The wind comes as the Aussie men's cricket team pad up today in London for the 2nd Ashes Test, fresh from their remarkable victory in the first Test match. All things considered, a good week for Aussie cricket.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. From which country was the shot putter who conquered the hurdles? Yeah, that's right. She was from Belgium. Question number 2. How much does it cost to send your pet on a private jet from Melbourne to London? Yeah, well done if you said $40,000. Question number 3. What's the name of the Aussie women's cricketer who bowled an impressive 8 for 66 in the Ashes Test in England? Take a bow if you remembered the name as Ash Gardner.
Shout-outs.
It's June 28. The second window of pre-sale tickets for Tay-Tay's Aussie concert tour goes on sale today, as if I need to even tell you. Please be kind to your parents, kids. They're doing the best they can. Today is also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Tyson from Tarrington, Isabella from North Ainslie, Caleb from Yeovale, Evie from Shoreham, Mia from Bankstown, Amelia from Albany Hills, Annabelle from Millthorpe, Bridie from Gulgong, Chloe from Holsworthy, Ava from Burleigh, and Sophie from Carlingford. And belated birthday shout-outs go to Isabella from Harrington Park. And classroom shout-outs today go to Class 4E and Mrs. Eric at Westdale Public School in Tamworth, Class 7S and Mr. A at Dubbo College, the Delroy campus, the students at Northfield Primary School in Adelaide, Class 6L and Ms. LeRae at Lakes Grammar School in Warnervale, Class 5-6M and Miss Merrifield at Turvey Park Public School in Wagga Wagga, Room 7, Mrs. Bonwick at Bicton Primary School, and finally to Class 6W and Mrs. Ross at Our Lady of Fatima Primary School in Caringbah. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout-out, or if you're after a classroom shout-out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or fill out the form on our website. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. Joni will be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.